To go from a Nikon D3300, to go from that $300 camera to thousands of dollars in gear. I've got lights, I've got audio equipment. I have more stuff behind you guys that you can't even see. And it all started with a $300 camera. That's freaking nuts. Dreams really do come true. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. Today I need to do a few things because tomorrow we have some weddings. You've probably heard me mention that over the course of these past few episodes. First and foremost, I want to start dropping more like tutorial styled, like educational content for like creators like you guys and anyone else who's wanting to get started with a video business or just on YouTube. And I really like this wall, so I'm gonna move this desk. You gotta be kidding me. You guys should all know I'm vlogging. Anyway, as I was saying, I want to move my main desk in this corner over here so I can face the wall and just be by myself and be happy. Focus, camera. And then I'm going to move this desk. It's sitting there. That's a reading desk. I'm going to move that in front of this wall but facing me. Does that make sense? Because I want to use it as a backdrop for when I start shooting like my talking head content when I'm not filming vlogs. And then again, we still have that desk there. That's just my backup desk. And that desk gets used never. We're going to do that. And then I need a pack for the wedding. Because I always like to pack the day before, not the morning of. Because I like my slow mornings. And I like to take my time. And on wedding days, that is especially so. So I'm gonna pack my bag, and you guys are gonna do all of this. Why would you put the camera? That's not a flattering angle, AJ. Move it. Gosh. Does anybody else need to move their office around like every other week just to feel creative again? Yes! Got some fun new glasses, so that's cool. These aren't new. I had these when I went to Mexico. But I want to do my gear packing on this, on that desk right there, but the legs I need are on that desk. So we're gonna take those legs off, we're gonna move them over, we're gonna set it up, I'm gonna show you what the new YouTube setup is gonna look like, and then we're gonna pack the gear for the wedding. All right. Got it all done. So this is kind of the setup now. So we've got this desk with my chair. It's gonna have this little mic here with a little PodTrack P4 from Zoom. And then this is what the YouTube setup's essentially gonna look like. So I'm actually really hyped about it. I'm excited to have a place where I can sit down and do my talking head like for YouTube stuff. And also sit down and just do like, I don't know, maybe some Q&As in the future for the vlog, or just sit down conversations for the vlog. And then I have my place where I do all of my work. And then this desk was there, but I took the legs off, put them on there. So now I have some legs in the garage that I need to put on this butcher block and shove it back in this corner here. We've got my camera bag here. I love this thing so much. It's a think tank bag. I used this when I started doing the travel wedding thing. And every time I pack my bag for a wedding, I am reminded of how grateful I am to be where I'm at now. Because when I started, I didn't have all this stuff. In fact, my first camera ever is actually sitting on my shelf up here. This camera is a Nikon D3300. Currently I have the 18 to 55 millimeter lens on it. And you know what? I'm just now realizing that the audio on here is gonna sound like balls. So I'm gonna record some audio on my phone here. So this is the Nikon D3300, and this is what I shot all of my weddings on. And it's so funny. I feel like a lot of experienced photographers and a lot of experienced videographers will understand this, but so often us as creatives get caught up in needing to constantly chase more gear. And I know that this conversation and this topic is like beating a dead horse. I get that. But you haven't heard it from me. I thought the weddings I was shooting with this camera were absolute bangers. And to be fair, they weren't terrible. I mean, they got me to where I'm at today. But I shot probably my first 20 to 25 weddings on this camera. And because of that, I was then able to upgrade my camera to the Canon EOS R. And this camera I bought along with the Nifty 50. I then shot probably about another to 25 to 50 weddings. Oof, honestly, probably more. Because I shot 3 years on this camera before I switched to the R8. I shot upwards of about 100 weddings on this camera alone with a 50mm lens, and didn't even remotely consider making any sort of upgrade. I made my official upgrade with the R8 and then my 24 to 70 in November of 2023. Man, dude, time is flying by way too fast. And I still use this camera today, but now this camera is a backup camera because the file sizes on this camera are massive. They are huge. So I don't shoot on this camera anymore. The camera that I shoot on now is a Canon EOS R8. Some would argue is a slightly downgraded version from the R, although in my experience, like, I've loved shooting on it. The quality of the footage that I've gotten on it is great. My ability to color grade and log is phenomenal. And the thing I also love about it the most is that the file sizes aren't nearly as big as the Canon EOS R. But it's so cool. Like, I love keeping these cameras and being able to showcase them chronologically from like where I started, right? So the Nikon D3300, I shot again like about 25 weddings first on this. This camera was, I bought this from a friend for like $300. Moved up to this camera. This camera cost me $1,200. This camera cost me the most. The body alone, I think, was like $1,500, and then the lens itself was like another $1,200. And before you guys like start going off on me about, well, my camera's a red Komodo, or my camera's this, or my camera's that, I get it. Like, there are people out there who rock significantly more expensive cameras than me. But that's not the point of what I'm trying to get at. The point I'm trying to get at is that you can make a career and you can make a decent living off of mediocre cameras and mediocre gear if that's what you want to do. I think the big lesson I learned in my first 20 to 25 weddings shooting with that Nikon D3300 was resilience, and then also, because I didn't have a choice, to be honest, I didn't have a choice in the matter of what camera I shot on. Hey, camera, I'm right here. Thank you. I had to make do with my Nikon, and I wanted to do it as a career, and I was like, well, like, this is all I can afford. I figured out how to, change the picture profile to neutral, so that way it could be like a log format, so I could color grade it better. I figured out how to use a glide. Oh my God, talking about stabilizers, I learned how to use a glide cam. That's crazy. Audio. When I bring audio, I just have this little pouch here. I label this side recorders and sleeves, this side cables and lavs. Makes my life so much easier. But here I've just got Rode Video Go. And then I carry around pretty much a lot of the same audio recorders. So I've got 3 of these little Sony audio recorders. These were like $50 a pop. And then this little small one for speeches, I just slide it in the sleeve and then put it up next to the mic. I just make it so if I do lose the audio, honestly, I should just quit my job. It's so funny though. Like, I think about audio, and my first wedding was like, I never captured any audio, like, at all. I have my drone. I need batteries. Let's grab batteries. I typically only use my EOS R for backup, so I'll bring 5 batteries because that's just what I have. So I've got EOS R batteries. I need my R8 batteries. Whoa. I keep a little hard case here that holds all of my SD cards. I have 3 lav mics that I typically bring, and then I bring this little tiny $10 coil of headphones. They're Skull Candy headphones, just to be able to monitor audio when I need to. Drone batteries, we'll throw these in this pocket, but I will slide this bad boy right there. EOS R, we'll slide it into this pocket there. Typically have 2 LED little light panels that I can throw on for like dancing footage. You'll see that tomorrow. Can't forget the drone controller. If you guys are new to the video world, gaff tape is your best friend. Tape down your cables and avoid any lawsuits. We've got this little Peak Design camera strap that I always like to throw around my neck, and then I strap this to my EOS R8 so that way I can keep handheld footage but make it look stable. Am I forgetting anything? I think that's everything. To go from a Nikon D3300, to go from that $300 camera to thousands of dollars in gear. I've got lights, I've got audio equipment. I have more stuff behind you guys that you can't even see. And it all started with a $300 camera. That's freaking nuts. Dreams really do come true. And I'm very hard on myself. Very hard on myself. But it is cool to be able to sit here from the first wedding of the year and to just like reminisce on how far I've come. Like it's just awesome. If you vibed with this vlog at all, if you could do me the biggest favor, it would mean the absolute world for me, I know, is if you could drop a like. I would appreciate that more than you could possibly imagine. I hope that this served as some inspiration for you, because I'm feeling inspired. It's making me want to go become a professional speaker. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm gonna go play some Minecraft.